Other news tonight, 3 Nueces County jailers indicted last week on charges of tampering with government records turned themselves in at the jail today. 33-year-old Richard Culp, 40-year-old William Fielder, and 22-year-old Javier Zapata Jr. walked into the same jail where they were once entrusted to watch over inmates. They were taken into custody, albeit briefly, to get their mugshots and have their fingerprints taken. They were released after each man posted a $5,000 bond.